Hello, YouTube. So, this is the last video in the series because, well, your animals and your pets and stuff can't emotionally drain you. So, the only thing that we have left to discuss is how to cure the emotional vampire in your life. Generally, the only type of emotional vampire that you will even have remotely a chance of curing is a spouse, a lover, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. And they're the only type you really want to expend the energy to try and cure. You don't have control over curing an emotional vampire who's a friend or even a family member because there is no emotional bond 24/7 between you and that person. When it's a lover, a spouse, etc., that's a different story. There is a constant bond that you have with this person. And generally, there's an investment that you have in it. So if you can still see the good in the person and the fact that you can love this person, if they would just stop their draining, if they would just stop emotionally draining you, then you're a far better person than most. Let me first say that. And second, you have your work cut out for you. So you have to take some of what I've told you in the first several videos and apply it daily to your relationship. Giving them back their own luggage, figuring out where your part to play in the dance is, making a list on what you want to accomplish, actions you want gotten rid of, and which ones you think you can live with. You know, are they a little bit whiny? You can live with that. Let them be a little bit whiny. Pick your battles. Pick your battles because it's all going to be a really long battle for a little bit. Once you've made that decision, the most important thing is to reassure that you are here for the long haul, but that you are not going to allow yourself to be a party to their constant need of sympathy, energy, etc. So you sit down and you might even consider counseling, couples counseling. But you sit down and you discuss with them, I cannot have you emotionally drain me anymore. So I have made the decision that I love you, I want to stay with you, but I will no longer be a party to this type of behavior. Let them know actions and consequences. If you do this, and I respond with, you know what, honey, I love you, but I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Or, I love you, but you know, if you can't tell me how you feel without blaming me or belittling me, then I'm going to have to end this conversation right now. We're going to have to discuss this at a different time. Or however you can keep the emotions equal, on level ground, and indifferent is what you're going to have to do. An emotional vampire is a very immature person. They need actions and consequences. If I walked out the door and chose to go 80 in my car and got a ticket, that was a decision that I made knowing that by going 80, the consequences could be getting a ticket. You need to make them aware of the consequences of their actions. If they respond this way in a behavior, and point out the behavior that you're trying to change or that you're trying to tamper, then this is how you're going to react. And react that way every time. Do not falter on how you react. Every consequence, a police officer is not going to falter on a ticket. It's point blank, black and white. You speed, you get a ticket. You speed, you get a ticket. So you have to be the same way. If you whine about this, this is how I'll respond every time. Once they realize you're not leaving, you're not rejecting them, you're just not going to let them drain you and feed off of you. Most emotional vampires will either decide to end the relationship themselves because they're not getting what they need, or they might just come out of it and get the help they need. But it's your guidance through a firm hand but a loving heart that will help them see it. You cannot control other people's actions. And frankly, no one can make you feel something you don't want to feel. So if you feel anger against someone, it's because you wanted to, or you allowed. So keeping in mind all of that, always deal with the emotional vampire with love, but a firm hand. Don't make them guess what you're going to do. Don't ever make them try to manipulate through, but you said you were going to and you didn't, and now I don't trust you, and don't give them a reason. Upfront honesty, dealing with an emotional vampire in the blatant, most honest way will always help you achieve whatever goal you're looking for. So all I can do is wish you the best of luck and just tell you that the only thing that I know of that would work is to acknowledge them and acknowledge your part in it, set ground rules for the behavior, and follow through every single time. I wish you the best of luck. I wish all of you the best of luck with the emotional vampires in your life. And if you have questions on this series, please feel free to email me or leave them in the comment box. This has been sort of fun because I've had a lot of dealing with emotional vampires in my early adulthood, and a lot of dealing with helping people overcome the emotional vampires in their lives. And I can tell you I'm not a cold person. I'm a very loving person. But I can spot the emotional vampires now before they can ever even spin their web or get their fangs anywhere near me. The moment they open their mouth, I'm already indifferent. And so every time you meet someone who you know is an emotional vampire from this point forward, as soon as they open their mouth, you smile with indifference. When they say, hey, we should get together for lunch, or hey, I'm into that too, you just politely say, you know what? I have enough people in my life right now. Good luck to you. And you walk away. Do not engage. Do not engage. And follow your instincts. They're there for a reason. Thank you, YouTube. Have a great day.